ready for this? Should I just use that as the intro?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so let's go ahead and start off with the hypothetical question.
We're going.
So first thing, we've actually decided that we're going to incorporate Steph as I guess a full-time host. So
Hello.
everybody say hello to Steph.
Your new host, Steph.
He's going to be taking over for whenever Effects and I are not here next week. It's just going to be him, and it's going to be fun. No, JK. That'd be hilarious.
Didn't sign up for this.
All right, so yeah, we'll go ahead and start off with the hypothetical question. I have three here. I have three that I think would be really, really funny. But I feel as if we'll talk about this one first because I feel like, we'll go over this one because I think that this one is probably the best way for us to get started and get our juices flowing. So, if a turtle does not have a shell, is he homeless or naked? Go.
Where do you find these?
These are just questions that I've been asking forever, man. Like, these are what I ask my friends before they are my friends. I just ask people these questions. It's just, I don't know.
Okay, I think he's homeless because no one thinks of a turtle shell as his clothes. Like when you're learning, when you're a kid and you're reading in different storybooks about turtles, they always say how he goes into his shell because it's his house, not his shirt. When you are done with work, or if you have a day job where you're sitting at the office one day and you're just like, time to go home. You don't just pull your shirt over your head and say you're home, right? And so I say that he's homeless.
Okay, Steph?
I would say he's naked because they usually dig a hole and hide in it, and that's their home. So if they take off their shell, they're naked. Of
course, the Asian has to point that out.
See, I've always said that they were naked or dead. Because if you take off a turtle's shell, it's dead.
Oh, yeah. Also, in my opinion, if you just have all your skin showing, then it's pretty much naked.
Yeah, I agree.
And they have, wrinkly old man skin when they're born.
But I think that a better question is not necessarily, is it homeless or naked? The better question is, what is a turtle in a half shell? Like, how do you see a turtle in a full shell?
God.
Huh?
Like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, turtles in a half shell, turtle power. What is a turtle in a half shell?
I think all turtles are in a half shell because the bottom part is usually the soft part.
So then, what's a whole shell?
A turtle's belly is not soft. It is hard. That's part of the shell. It kind of wraps around.
Unless it's a soft shell turtle.
No, I'm pretty sure the shell is where there's a pattern in it, like the hexagons. Usually in the turtle.
You just spend your time looking at turtle bellies? Are you a turtle peeping Tom? What?
No, I've read a lot of nonfiction books, and when I was 4.
About turtles.
Yes. And there's always a pattern on their shell. And there's nothing on their belly but dots and old man skin.
Old man skin. Oh, that's great. Okay. Oh, that's such a great way to put it. Okay. All right. So is that what everybody has to say about the hypothetical question?
Yes.
Wait, actually, they don't have old man skin. They have scales.
I think we're done.
No, we're not.
Steph, do you have anything else to say about the old man skin?
No.
Okay. So this is a topic that I wanted to talk about in the very first podcast. This was something that I wanted to get to with another guest, but in a nutshell, it just wasn't really able to, I guess, get to that point. So, another kind of turn on this is basically YouTube back whenever I first started to back whenever Effects and I started posting regularly to kind of the hurdles of posting today or trying to be on or to start a channel today. So The reason why I bring this up is because originally with YouTube, whenever I first started YouTube way back in the day, back whenever I was GNert7, there was a YouTube community. Even within like Call of Duty. Like Call of Duty at that point in time, it was, I mean, there were people that were doing commentaries and whatnot, but there were not as many people as there are today trying to do Call of Duty commentaries. Like, you had a few really big people, a few people that were on Machinima. You had people like Hutch, Zergriz, I don't know, you had all these different guys, C-nanners at that point in time. And, like, within the smaller people, there was a huge community. Like, you even had the sub box thing, where if you put somebody in your sub box, every time somebody subs to you, it would also give that subscriber to the person that was in your sub box. Then whenever Effects and I started, it was kind of like right before the Google takeover and whatnot, and everything was changed. It was almost as if there was no community at all.
Right.
It was more along the lines of you have your channel, and there's no way for you to be able to access anybody else. And then now they've made it even harder, because now in order for you to be taken serious, I mean, you can't even start up a channel and just change your name right off the bat or change your URL right off the bat. You have to like start up, you have to verify that your account is a legitimate account so you can post videos over 15 minutes. Then you have to like verify this, then you have to post X amount of time, gain X amount of subs in order to change your URL. Like, how do you guys feel about this in general with YouTube?
Well, I don't understand why all the changes were necessary. Like, sure, Google Plus, I mean, Google owns YouTube, and Google is always changing, and they wanted to make something that was going to compete with Facebook. And so I understand that they want to integrate that, but I don't understand why you have to go through so much trouble to get a custom URL or even something like a banner or a custom name. Like, because now it's so hard to get a custom name that is not your Google Plus name.
Yes.
Like, I was going through it with Dragon, and like, because when Dragon was making her channel, she came to me and she was like, okay, I need you to walk me through this process. I need you to tell me how to get a better name and stuff like that. And so I get her and I help her get her channel up and going. And then when she says, okay, how do I get a new name? And I say, okay, go here, here, here. Oh, wait, they removed it.
Yes.
And so it's just like, why? What was the point? I want to know the motivation behind it. Because, I mean, I started up my channel around when Minecraft 1.3 came out. Almost exactly when Minecraft 1.3 came out.
Yeah.
So whenever that was, and all you had to do was you had to, like, receive a text message to be able to make videos over 15 minutes, to have custom thumbnails. You had to, that was all you had to do. You had to get a text message. You enter your phone number, and they'll send you a text, and you enter a code and whatnot. It was that easy.
Yeah.
And now I don't even know what you have to do. All I know is that it's way too much.
I think you need like 500 subs or something like that.
See, why?
I don't know.
And you need to have like 30-day-old channel.
That,
I don't know.
That just seems like way too much to me, because, okay, so my channel, I didn't have to go through any of this stuff. That's why whenever Dragon asked me how to get her channel started, she asked how she's supposed to do it. And I said, I have no idea. Whenever I started up my channel, basically what I had to do is, or whenever I started up the You Ain't String channel, I basically just had to go, okay, so here's my old account, which is already partnered with YouTube. I've already done everything. And I had like other channels that had the other alias that I had. I was like, I just need one channel that'll be like my personal channel. I'm just going to go ahead and link it just in case anything else ever happens. And I basically just linked I linked that page to my old page, and I was immediately partnered. So I had everything that I could have with the old partnered channel. And that was all that I had to do. And like, after talking to you guys and seeing that like you had to go through all these different steps, and it's gotten even worse now. I mean, I agree. I have no idea what the purpose of it is, because I can understand, like, with the Minecraft name changes, why they don't allow you to change your name every 5 minutes, and they make you wait at least 37 days.
Right.
Like, that makes sense. But in terms of like a YouTube channel, other than somebody potentially creating a channel and spamming the other channel's videos because it's showing that it's logged into a different thing, I can't help but feel as if that is not saving anything, because the person could lose their channel for doing that in the first place. In order for you to sign up for AdSense, you have to say that you are not going to click on your own ads. You have to say, or you have to agree to all this stuff. So I don't completely understand the purpose of having to take over, or to jump over all these hurdles just to try to become a content creator. But like, oh, go ahead.
I think the Google's motivation or their depiction of YouTube was that they wanted it to be professional, because back then YouTube was more like a social network. It was not professional, and once they took over, they just made it really hard to be professional, and because they wanted actual people that knew what they were doing to do YouTube. Because people like me, they like in my first videos, I just did random stuff like dumb videos of me shooting creepers or whatever, and then whenever I try to get a custom URL, it says, wait, you need 500 subs. You need to know what you're doing before you need to do this. And then I need to be like, whatever. I was like, what? Why do I need to do this? And then I thought, oh, wait, is this supposed to be professional? Okay, I'm not professional. But I still don't get it. Why do you want to be professional?
I basically feel as if it's almost segregating the community even more, and it's making it impossible for anybody to become the next PewDiePie or the next Smosh Games or the next anything. Like, they're literally making it so those people can take over and that's it. Like, if you're already up there, if you're already in that niche, like people like Sky, Jordan, all these people, all those guys that are already up on the top, nobody else can reach that potential, that bar, because all of those guys had happened before Google decided to just go, you have to be 100% professional and prove you can be professional and make sure, like, I mean, all those guys, they were around whenever you had the sub box thing. So they could have easily gotten a free, like, 20, 30,000 subs.
Yeah.
And now, I mean, I'm not saying that is a huge dent, but I'm not saying that was a huge factor in them getting larger. But the thing is, even on YouTube, like with the tags and the descriptions and everything else for how it uses the search engine, it's completely segregated anybody out there. It makes it impossible for somebody like myself to get anywhere on YouTube. It makes it even more impossible for somebody like Steph to get anywhere without him going out of his way trying to find collaborative work and trying to, like, basically work with much, much larger YouTubers.
It seems to me, now that I'm thinking about it, that it's almost become more of a money game, because it's not so much about making a good community anymore. Even though when I think of YouTube, I never thought
You cut out.
of it having a good community, because, you know, oh no, did I? Oh no,
now you're back.
Okay.
That's weird. You've got like a solid 30-second delay.
Where did I leave off? What was I saying?
You said, whenever I think about YouTube, I never think about...
I never thought of YouTube as having a good community, because, I mean, have you ever read the YouTube comments? Come on. But even more so, now that they're making it so hard for people to even just make a good channel, it seems like a money game, because they want the people to utilize these tools, the people that are making ad revenue, people that have a lot of subscribers and get a lot of views, and they're creating that revenue. And so when you think about it, it makes a lot of sense that way, right?
Yes. In and of itself. But I'm still scared I've said this multiple times, that I have never ever looked at YouTube as a career, because I think those are silly aspirations for an adult to have, and I just do YouTube because I think that it's fun to do YouTube.
Same.
But the thing that I do still want my voice, my opinion to be heard, which is why I still take all the steps to make it so I am producing something professional. I'm thinking out my videos, and I'm doing things, I guess, in a professional way. That's more what I want to do. But the thing is, there are other people out there that aren't wanting to do that. But again, how am I I have to credit my growth at all as me being a YouTuber in the slightest. The first big growth that I got was 100% from Twitch, because it was from me sitting down doing a 12-hour live stream with or like actually inviting people from the stream into a Skype call with me and doing like all these different things, like trying everything I could to make sure that all of these people they knew that I was one of them, because I don't know, I just felt like that was what needed to happen. I felt like there were too many YouTubers out there that were taking themselves seriously, so why not be the YouTuber who people can sit down with and talk to and all of this stuff. That was the first big push that I had. That was a lot of work on my part. That was a 12-hour live stream. And if you've ever tried to sit down and play BSG for 12 hours straight...
Oh God, I would rage quit so fast.
Exactly. It was so tedious. It was absolute hell. I was in such a bad mood by the time it was over. I was like, I'm done with Minecraft. I'm not going to touch Minecraft again forever. And yeah, so like there was that, which that time I jumped up like a solid 100 or so subs, but that was because Kevin Cool said this person is doing a live stream for this charity, go check out his stream.
All right.
So that was a huge thing for me, and again, it was me putting in a lot of work, a lot of effort, and really like pummeling myself to try to get to that point. Then the next big boom was whenever I started up doing Mathrentia Road to Build Team. Whenever I did that, it was whenever Rap came to one of my videos, and on the Mathrentia channel, he said, click, I like that. Then immediately I started going up it was easily like 40 subs a day.
Yeah.
Originally it was like 40 subs an hour, and then it just slowed down after that. And I was so happy about that, because I went from like 200 subs straight up to like 400. And then I've leveled out again because I haven't been doing anything with anybody else. So again, I could not grow as a channel if it was not or people won't take me serious if it's not for the fact that I am going out of my way and really, really trying to get larger, or people who already have a name established, to come in and kind of put me under their wing.
Yeah. It kind of turns into one of those things where it's like, what came first, the chicken or the egg, so to speak, because, you know, you have to have that first person who had their what's going on established to then help all these smaller people up, and then eventually they get on their level.
Yes.
And things like that happen. Because when I started my own Road to Build team, I went from like 20 to 60 real fast.
Yeah.
Because that was probably because Rap was tweeting out a lot of my videos, which was, you know, really good of him to do. And so that happened. That was probably the biggest subscriber bump that I've ever had. And then, you know, it's kind of like what you said. It's just, if you want to do YouTube, don't take yourself too seriously. You're not a celebrity. You're really not. And the best way to get people to want to watch your videos is for them to be friends with you. I mean, be friends with your subscribers. Why not?
Oh, yeah.
Why be the jerk that's not answering their comments because they think they're too far above everybody because they downloaded a screen recorder?
Yeah.
Right? And so that's what I think has changed quite a lot, is that there have been more people realizing that since, you know, Minecraft videos started to become a thing, or videos of any type, any video game.
Yeah.
Is that people have really tried to become more involved with their subscribers and really create a community and a fan base, which I like a lot. I think that's a positive change.
I feel like for the most part that's gone, though. I think
it's disappearing.
Yes. Like, I remember at one point in time, I was talking to another YouTuber that has a considerable amount of subs, and they were just like, just wait until you get to that 10K sub mark, because that's the point whenever you delete everybody off your Skype contact that's not going to benefit you. And I immediately told them, that is horrible. If I were to hit 10K subs, and then as soon as I hit 10K subs, I throw everybody off the planet, like, no, I could never do that, because these people that are on my Skype contacts, even if I don't talk to them every day, they are people that I trust, I welcome into my home, my home being like my Skype and my IP address if they ever decide to call me, and like all of those things. Like, these are not people that I am an artist. I definitely am an artist. I'm used to networking. I'm used to meeting people with the intention of, what can this person do for me? How can this person benefit me? But I feel as if, in terms of YouTube, if that's the way that you're going to go about it, and you're not going to actually use these people to to get you larger. Like, I mean, I'm always in my comments section. I'm always, granted, I'm not getting very many comments. Like, I'm at this point in time, I'm only getting like maybe 8 to 15 comments. So in the next video, I can still interact with them. I mean, if you look at Etho, where he's getting thousands of comments every day, he is always interacting with them. He even added a segment to the end of his videos where he reads the comments. Oh, yeah. So, like, he's incorporating the audience, which, again, is what old YouTube was like. New YouTube is not like that. New YouTube's rough. In order for you to comment, like, I keep trying to comment on certain channels, and it says you are not allowed to comment because this is considered spam.
What?
Yeah.
Yes. YouTube videos.
I think, well, a lot of times, I think what it comes down to is keeping a level head. Because, you know, all these people making gaming videos, you have to remember they're making gaming videos. They're not some sort of higher power god that's to be worshipped just because they have a lot of views on the internet. Granted, that's how they make their living, and of course, that's how that's how they make their living. But I mean, say what you will about PewDiePie, the content of his videos, the way he makes his videos. He seems to have kept a semi-level head through being the #1 YouTuber, whatever you want to call him. I don't know. What is he called? He has the most subscribers, right?
Yeah.
Except for like YouTube generated channels, even maybe more than those. But I mean, you don't see him popping up in like internet articles saying that he's gone absolutely crazy and stuff like that. Sure, I'm sure that he's put out videos where he was doing it to get a paycheck, but I don't think that he's doing it because it's a job. I think he has fun with what he's doing.
Yeah, exactly.
Things like that. And I do think that he cares about his subscriber base, because you'll notice that he's said in videos he blocks a lot of people because of mean comments. Mm-hmm. And you know, even a lot of his YouTube comments now, they're mean people. It's a lot of
he's disabled comments.
What?
Yeah.
Has he? I'm not subscribed to him. I don't.
PewDiePie disabled comments, and now if you want to comment on his videos, you have to tweet him.
Wow, I didn't know that. I haven't watched him.
But that's the crazy thing. Time. He did that, and there was a backlash. But then, even more so, with him joking about the fact that there was a backlash, it made it so even more people were tweeting him. So then, now he's generating like trends on Twitter, and like, I mean, I think it's been like 2-3 months now that he's had comments disabled on his videos. He might have them enabled again, but I remember whenever he first did that, so many people were like, no, I can't believe you did this, Pewds, why'd you turn your back on me, and all this. Like, I mean, it was just, I didn't understand it. I thought that it was absolutely silly that people would get that upset that they can't, like, watch the first 2 seconds of a video, or even just click on it and go, Pewds, you smell like mud bath, and then move on. Like,
yeah. And you can tell that I don't think there are a lot of people that could say that he did that because he just doesn't want to have to go through all of his comments. But I think it's a smart move because he doesn't have people that are yelling at each other in his comments section. And so I didn't even know that he had done that. I haven't watched his videos in a long time.
I like to watch PewDiePie videos whenever I need to I need to be cheered up. But go ahead, Steph.
Yeah, I know a lot of YouTubers that their comments are basically used as wrestling mats for people who just want to fight.
Yeah.
Because, like, there's people like Buckley, because they just use his channel to, like, he's basically like this guy that ran. I'm pretty sure you've heard of it.
Yeah, I know. A dose of Buckley.
Yeah. He just does it for comedy, but people that don't like it, like, don't like his opinions, is just like, you suck, I hate your channel, you suck. And the people that like his channel are like, dude, you're an idiot. And then it's an endless freaking rant about whether this guy is good or bad. It's like just one giant wrestling mat that's really sweaty.
This is going to sound really, really awful, but like honestly, I think that BTC said it the best, because BTC has so many people that just hate on him all the time. And then I think it was at like some panel or something, he was just like, in order for your opinion to matter to me, I have to care about you first. Like, and I thought that, I mean, because I've always pretty much thought that. I mean, I've said this, or actually I said this in one of the most recent Hexion videos. I absolutely love my subscribers, because I have not had to, like, ban a single person from my channel. I have not had to do anything of the sort. I've never had to mute somebody. I've never had to remove a comment. And I don't know if that's just because maybe I can be a little bit more lighthearted about these things. Like, I just don't take offense whenever somebody goes, String, this build sucks, it's too gray, you need to do this. Like, that doesn't affect me at all. Whenever they say that, I go, you know what, let's think about that. Let's put that into consideration here. And I'm not saying that I have to put every single thing that somebody says into my mind, because I've definitely had people that hop onto my channel and they just destroy everything that I try to do. It happened with the Road to Build Team series. But with Rap, I had this whole conversation with Rap at one point in time, and he said, in order for somebody, or the only reason why somebody is going to judge what you build or even care what it is that you are doing is because they feel threatened in the first place.
Yeah.
So, like, come at me. Whenever it comes to that stuff, come at me. Tell me that I suck. If you tell me that I'm a horrible builder, I don't expect everybody to see what I do for Elvin or whatever and just be like, that is amazing. You are the greatest at structures. Your detail is flawless. Like, I don't expect anybody to blaze it. Like, honestly, it's whenever, yeah, Gommel 420 blaze it. Yeah. 360 no scope. Snipes. Whenever people say stuff like that, I always think in terms of, I'm going to put that into consideration. I'm going to think about what it is that you want. But even still, I mean, I'm doing this for fun. Like, everything that I do, I'm doing for fun. I'm just having a good time with it. So, like, I don't take too much of that stuff to heart ever. I guess there was one guy that was pretty close to getting banned on my channel, but even that took him arguing with a bunch of people for, like, I don't know. He probably posted, like, easily a 3 or 4 page essay about how much I sucked. I was like, even then I was just like, that's dedication right there. Yeah, your opinion, like the fact that you are generating more revenue towards my channel by you coming to my channel, commenting on it to promote more hype, you are doing me a justice. Thank you.
Thank you. The only people that I've ever blocked from my channel were the people that come and they'll say, hey, I really liked your video that I didn't even watch, and you should come check out mine. Obviously, because I don't appreciate spam. I don't think that you should go to someone's videos who has more views than you and try to generate your own.
Oh, I do the exact same thing.
Yeah. I'm welcome. Wait, you were one of those people?
Oh wait, no. Well, okay, so I do the exact opposite thing. What I actually do is I go to their channel after, because if anybody ever says, "Hey, can you come check out my channel?" I always go to their channel. Like, just out of general principle, I will always go to their channel because I know how hard it is for me to try to get anywhere. So I always go to their channel, and then I will always watch it and watch one whole video, and I will give them exactly what I think about their channel.
I don't think they actually want your opinion. I think they want your commenters and the people that watch your videos to go there.
I know, I understand, but like I said, the way that I look at it is I want them to... I want people to realize that with YouTube, in order for you to get anywhere on YouTube, you have to work as a community, like old YouTube was. Old YouTube forced a community with the sub box. There used to be a sub for sub thing, or sub box for sub box thing, which was awesome, because if you got to know somebody, like Effects with you, if I wanted to get to know you, what I would do is I'd be like, hey man, I really love your content, I really love your channel and whatnot. I actually have X amount of subs and I would love to see you grow. Is it okay if I put you in my sub box? And then you would go, yeah, sure, man. Like, is it cool if I put you in my sub box too? And then let's say something happens, like let's say I came out with Road to Build Team 2.0 and I had, or Rap again likes my channel and I end up getting another 400 subs. If that was the case, then you would also gain another 400 subs because every time that I got a sub, you got a sub.
Yeah.
And that back then was amazing, but I feel like now with the community nowadays, like the whole reason why I wanted to start up a vanilla server whenever I first said I wanted to start a vanilla server was I wanted to try to create a community. I mean, this was back whenever I was at like 20 subs. I was like, I missed the YouTube community. I want a community of YouTubers or a community of content creators where we can all get together. We can all bounce ideas off of each other. We can all grow as channels together, because I think that the community is the biggest aspect that's missing now, because there's definitely an oversaturation of people that cannot grow and will never be able to grow.
Yeah, I wasn't around when that was a thing, or at least if I was, then I didn't take part in it.
I don't have much experience with this because I'm pretty much like brand new, and like the only people that commented are people that I always know, like LOF and pretty much Stoogie and you guys.
Yeah.
Basically, the difference between YouTube now and YouTube then is YouTube then was about creating a community and helping other people out, which sounds great. Now it's about at least keeping a level head so you don't sound like a jackass.
Yes. And I think, I don't know, I think that's kind of rough, because there are people out there, like I've talked about this guy 1,000,001 times, and that guy's the Knurl. I absolutely love his channel. I love his content. I love his commentary. I think he's hysterical. I like the fact that he can make building entertaining. I love it. I hate my commentary. I just ramble on. I could just sit there and just bicker about anything forever, and people freaking love it. I don't understand. I hate, like, I'm not saying that I hate my videos, because I don't hate my videos. I wouldn't upload them if I didn't like what I was doing. But in terms of like what it is that he does to what I do, I've always considered him a freaking juggernaut. Like, I love what he does, but I've sat there and I've watched his channel just sit in one spot. I mean, he's even done things where, like, he's played games with Slipgator, he's played games with all these different people, and again, like, his building destroys anything I've ever done. He's so much better at, like, everything that I have ever tried to do, and I genuinely respect this guy with, like, everything that I am, but his channel just will not grow for some reason, and I don't understand what it is. Like, I really
he's
don't.
an LPer, he's a builder LPer, which is suicide for a channel. Like all of us, but we still do it because we enjoy it.
I agree, but actually that is a perfect segue into the next thing that I wanted to talk about, and that is recording other series or games or whatever on your channel and how you think you should approach them.
I'm so good at segues.
Oh my god!
But well, what do you want to talk about it? What's the deal?
Well, okay, so with me, or with myself, I've tried a lot of other things. And whenever I had first hopped onto a forum and I said, hey guys, so I want you guys to check out, or if there's any chance you guys can check out my channel, I'm not asking for you to go and sub to my channel. I'm not asking you to do this. All I want is honest criticism about my channel. One of the first things that somebody had said was, I love the fact that you're not just doing a Minecraft Let's Play and you are trying other things. And because of that one comment that somebody had left, and I really wish I knew who that person was, because I would love to thank them today. But because of that, I've actually gotten to the point where if I want to record something, or if I want to play a new game or whatever, I just do it. Like with Starbound, even though Starbound was broken, I just did it. I sat down, I recorded a few episodes of Starbound, and I said, I'm going to do this. And as soon as I found out it didn't work, I just stopped. And really, nobody really cared at that point in time. I'm not a bigger channel, but I've always felt as if the way that I should approach adding a new series to my channel or whatever is I think it out. I think it out in a lot of detail. And sometimes I'll even try to do a test recording. Like I tried to do another batch of recordings of Starbound. I actually brought in almost 20 new episodes. Never uploaded them. I just recorded them. And I went and I watched them all, and I was seeing whether or not they made sense and whether or not I liked them. And I kept recording these and watching them, and I was just like, I don't like this. And I mean, with that, I've gone about two different ways, because like with Guild Wars, I wanted to play Guild Wars, so I recorded Guild Wars. Then I realized, oh shoot, they could probably take down my channel if I recorded Guild Wars. I should probably stop recording Guild Wars. But like with Starbound, I was okay with it. And yeah, I mean, like how yeah, like effects with you. How would you approach a new series on your channel? And Steph, how, like in the future, if you ever decide to do something that's not Minecraft, or maybe you decide to incorporate creative Minecraft, how are you going to do that?
I'm probably gonna need like a lot of practice because I don't have much experience doing solo commentary, and whenever I do solo commentary, it's just telling them what I do. But when I'm trying to build something and go along with it, it's pretty hard for me.
Okay. Effects?
Well, with me, when it comes to other games, especially, I always say that I do YouTube for fun and because I like it, and that's true. But still, if I start doing, say, like a series on Skyrim or whatever, and it's by now it's a game that came out like 3.5 years ago now, which isn't much considering people are still doing things like Super Mario World and stuff like that came out way longer ago than that.
Yeah.
I know that I wouldn't get any views, and while I am doing it for fun, and while I know a series like that could go on for a while just because I enjoy the game, and I know that I would enjoy recording it, I don't think I could go through with it because I would feel stupid posting videos on YouTube that will literally get 0 views.
But then you yourself even said, like you've said in multiple chats, like the reason why you don't put tags and whatnot in your videos is because you don't care about the views. You just do it for fun.
Well, the reason that's not the reason I don't put tags. The reason I don't put tags is because I never think to. But it never mattered to me that I don't put tags. Like when you said to me, "Why don't you do this?" I didn't think like, "Man, I could have had so many more views by now." It was just like, well, I mean, I might start doing that in the future now, but it's not a big loss because I don't generally care.
Yeah.
Those videos, my Minecraft videos, they still get views. I like to have feedback is the bottom line. Some sort of feedback. I like to know that people are enjoying what I'm doing to a degree.
Yeah.
Because obviously I don't get like tons and tons of views on my videos. I think I average about 20, somewhere around that. And I get, I'd say 5 to 10 comments, I'd say is my average. But I know that if I had done anything other than Minecraft at the moment, or at least most other things than Minecraft, I probably wouldn't get any views at all.
Yeah.
And I have a friend who, he's a really good guy, and I think he's hilarious, and he makes good content. I tell him he has a problem with this. He has all kinds of videos of different games on his channel. He has like 130 subs, gets 2 on each video.
Yeah.
And it's because, like String and everyone else on Hexion has said, once Minecraft is on your channel, it doesn't go off.
Yep.
That's all people want to see.
Yeah, there's nothing you can do. And even worse, I've even found out, once creative Minecraft is on your channel, there's no taking it off. Like, that is all anybody wants to see from me ever. And I'm okay with that. But the only problem is I have to be in a very specific mood for creative Minecraft. And like whenever I record like a Let's Build, people don't know this. Well, I guess some people do because I've talked about it before. But like whenever I do a Let's Build, I sit down, I build the thing over and over and over again, and I'll practice building it with commentary. And like I make sure that it's perfect. And like I'm not saying that I don't improv things, because I definitely do. With my Get Creative series, it's all improv because I wanted it to be Let's Play based. But I still try to make sure that I know what I'm doing. I make sure it's a style that I've done many, many times, and I'm not just winging it. Because so it's a lot more work, especially if I'm going to do tutorial. Like I'll record a tutorial probably 20 or 30 times before it ever comes out.
Oh God.
Because I want to make sure that the dialogue is perfect. I want to make sure that I've done like this perfect. And that is again, just because I'm more or less a perfectionist. So there's a huge, like, I guess, a huge separation between what it is that I do and how other people do it. Like, I'm sure with Corrales, he doesn't just sit down I'm sure that he doesn't like sit down and like practice the same structure over and over again. Like, today we're going to do a rustic build, and I've never built this before. And like, I don't think that he just says that. Like, I think that he can actually just sit down. Like a lot of the things that he builds, I suppose they're predictable enough that you can kind of just turn off your brain and commentate over it, or you can just narrate. Whereas with me, I have to do the narration and practice the narration with the build, and my builds are so, I don't want to say so much more in depth, but there's a lot more that I have to do in order for me to create the videos that I have to create. Like Let's Build Dwarven, that was a pain. I have 2 separate Let's Build Dwarven worlds that I have to build in.
Wow.
Because I have to, like, whenever I built the pillars, I built 5 different pillars before I ever put the one in the Let's Build Dwarven.
Like, what?
Yes, I had to build...
One?
Yes, just for one. I had to build 5 completely different pillars before I found one that I thought was there, that I was doing well, and that I thought looked right. And then I went back and I practiced it over and over and over again, so that way I can commentate over it. Then I recorded it with the commentary.
Wow. I don't usually put that much thought into it. I just like, I'm just gonna think of what I'm gonna say, and then I'm gonna say I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say, explain what I'm doing, explain how I'm gonna do it, explain why I'm doing it, and then record the entire thing, do a montage maybe, add some music, damn, done.
And add some chipmunk noises.
Yeah.
Yes.
People love chipmunk string. I don't know why. Like the one Get Creative where I did that, people loved it.
Dude, it's like in the video that Steph put up when you were doing the horse stables and stuff, and he had all the chipmunk noises to speed things up. You could clearly tell which one was string. Mostly because there was this one chipmunk that kept stepping back and saying, thinking about stuff. I just thought it was hilarious going through the whole video.
I like cut all that stuff out. I made that 1.5 hour long session, like, what, 15 minutes, I think?
19.
Maybe a little bit shorter. Well, that's 19 with the 7-minute intro and outro. So I cut, okay, so I probably cut it back down.
Minutes.
Yeah, so I cut like the 1.5 hour down to 12 minutes. And I was just like, I'm just going to pick the parts that I thought were not completely boring. Because there was so much time where we were just sitting there not saying anything. Mm-hmm. Or it was just me rambling about something that wasn't really worth rambling about.
Your 21st birthday, Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah, oh, man, that made me so mad. I don't even want to get into that. That makes me so freaking mad. I hate that.
New topic.
No, we're not going to talk about that. We need to get back. Okay, so, Effects, how would you go about approaching a new series on your channel?
Oh man, I don't even know. I guess just play it, record it, and talk about it. It would depend on what game it was. Like, probably the game that I've come closest to having on my channel, aside from Minecraft, were either Starbound. Well, there's 2. There's Starbound and Skyrim. I recorded videos from both of those because I had like a modded Skyrim series. Because obviously, you know, Skyrim's been out for a while, and it's a storyline game, and so you kind of have to add things to make it interesting. And Starbound, of course, and I don't know, I just didn't end up posting them because I knew that no one would watch them. I feel like, because you can clearly see that what series you have, I don't know, it controls your views. Like I got way more views on my Mithrintia Road to Build Team videos than on my Let's Play series. And I'm sure that part of that was because, or most of that was because Rap was tweeting me, but it was also because of just in general, like the subscribers that I did have just enjoyed that more. And so there are definitely things that your subscribers will like other than other things, but then again, all of that is Minecraft. And so I just don't feel like posting it would have been appropriate. I came close, and I even had the whole processing done and everything. Maybe I still have some in my video manager that just didn't get published, but I don't know why I should.
Well, with that being said, since so many people were interested in just seeing your creative videos, why haven't you started a creative series?
Because I'm not terribly great at commentating while building at the same time. I can talk and I can run around and I can even PvP at the same time, which is weird because I usually get a lot more focus during PvP than I do when building. It's just, for me, I don't usually build on camera. I'll either speed build it, then do a voiceover later, or I will do a jump cut from when I start building to when I'm done building or somewhere in between. And so it's not something that I've really practiced much yet, and it's probably something I should practice. And I know that if I were to start up a creative series, or if I were to do some sort of Hexion Road to Build Team, chances are I'd get more views than I do already. But it's not something I generally have fun doing, and it's not something that I'm really good at doing yet. So.
Okay. Well, you could always still do like time lapses.
Yeah, I mean, when I was about to do my Hexion Road to Build Team, I was going to do a third person perspective this time instead of having it just done from first person and done in a speed build. So I could do that, and I had no problem doing voiceovers. I can talk for a long time by myself because that was, even when sped up, some of those were like 25-minute long videos at three times speed.
Yeah.
And so it was no problem for me to sit there for 25 minutes and just talk over it, talk about what I'm doing, like Steph said, why I'm doing it, and things like that. But just I can't do it when I'm building for whatever reason, and I'm not entirely sure why.
Okay.
For you guys, like commentating is comes to you naturally because it's in your nature. You like talking, like you bring up points that are like good, and like you start conversations really easily. But for me, I'm kind of a quiet person in real life, so commentary doesn't really come naturally to me. And you guys like affect LP, and String was like let's plays, build tutorials, and whatever. And then for me, it's just like I'm just starting, so I don't know exactly what to call myself. But this whole Let's Play thing, I've been thinking of doing like other stuff, like CTM maps and stuff. But I need to learn how to do Let's Plays first, because for me, I'm just showing off my builds in my Let's Play,
Yeah.
which is technically not a Let's Play.
Actually, the way that I practiced, because believe it or not, I'm actually very, very silent IRL. Like, if you were to meet up with me in person, I'm either not going to say anything to you, or I'm going to be, I mean, pardon my French, but I'm going to be an asshole. Because that's just how I am. Like, either I'm going to be the most sarcastic dude physically possible to you in real life, or I'm not going to say a word to you, which is why so many people just hated me back in high school and whatnot, because I just didn't talk to anybody. But the way that I practiced doing commentary and whatnot was every time that I was alone, I would sit there and talk to myself, and now I can't stop. Like, I'll be doing anything. And the biggest thing that I have a problem with is I'll sit down and I'll just walk, like I'll be talking to somebody that honestly, they do not care. They could not even almost care about anything that I have to say, but I will list out everything that I have planned for like the next 15 years. Like I'll start off and be like, okay, so if I go ahead and I do this and I get this thing figured out, then that will mean that I can do this. And then if I've got that going, then I can get started on this. And like I sit there and I'll just break everything down for them, and I will just ramble and just keep going on and on and on. And I do that when I'm by myself now. I do it like I'll do it while I'm making like tea or whatever. I'll walk upstairs and be like, all right, so I've got to walk upstairs, go grab the tea bag, get the hot water going. Once I've got the hot water going, then I'm going to fill it up. Like I sit there and I practice commentary even whenever I'm not behind a computer. I do it all the time. And that's my suggestion if you are planning on trying to get into commentary. Just try to like practice as much as you can whenever you are by yourself.
See, what I am now is sort of the opposite of high school String, because I mean I'm a freshman in high school, and so one of the first days of school we had an English project assigned to us where we had to go into groups. We were talking about something from To Kill a Mockingbird, and at that time, you know, it's we're all in a new school. No one really knows each other because, you know, it's that transition from middle school to high school. Everybody is super duper awkward. No one wants to talk.
Yeah.
And generally when I'm around people, I'm an extrovert. I have no problem talking to people. I have no problem stating my opinions. I don't really care if people don't like my opinions, and I'm just loud in general.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there and I'm reading things from the book. Here's this quote. This is what I need you to write down. Things like that. And honestly, if you had recorded it, it would sound like a commentary, just because I had been doing YouTube even before that. Before I started YouTube, I wasn't like what I am now. I wouldn't say that I was introverted, but I definitely wasn't as comfortable with talking as I am now, because I've done like public speaking before, funerals to be precise, and I spoke in front of my class at the end of my 6th grade year or something like that. And so I'm not new to talking in front of people, whether that be over YouTube or in real life or whatever it is. And so that's sort of just me with commentary. I don't have a problem talking. I can maintain a train of thought. I can convey that train of thought, and I think I can do it rather well when I need to.
See, I'm horrible at that. Like, I'm an entertainer. If I'm behind a guitar, yeah, I'll sit down and I'll play guitar for you for hours without even thinking about it. You try to get me to talk to somebody, I don't know. I have no idea what I'm doing. Like, that's what cracks me up about things like Talkie Tuesdays. Because, like, I don't understand why people like Talkie Tuesday so much. I swear everybody's just watching them because they want to make fun of how easy it is for me to just fall completely off track. I'll be like, yeah, so my dog died last week and I see a squirrel over there and the squirrel's walking away. Oh, there's a car. Look at the car. Oh, yeah. Like, I get so distracted and I can't believe that people aren't just watching it going, this guy has no idea how to, like, he can't stay on the same topic for like 2 minutes, let alone 30. Like, how's he do that? But
I think people just look at your Talkie Tuesdays like podcasting himself.
I know. I don't understand it. I really don't. But people love it. They think that it's like one of the. I mean, because I've got a few different people, and this kind of ties into the recording other series on my channel. Because Talkie Tuesday in and of itself was kind of its own series. I probably could have done like a vlog type thing, but whatever. I prefer incorporating Minecraft. But yeah, like I had the LP, I'd had I guess the creative series. Well, now I've got like Get Creative, Hexion. I also had Building with String, and then Talkie Tuesday was an aspect of Building with String because Talkie Tuesday was literally my attempts, or because with Building with String, it was intended to be me sitting down, just kind of venting, just kind of saying things that were on my mind and talking about like real life topics and whatnot. And eventually Building with String turned into the Let's Play that it was, and I wanted to kind of bring it back, and then that's where Talkie Tuesday came from. And then like Hexion started, and then that was more of a Let's Play, and I was like, well, I've already got another Let's Play. People aren't really watching too many of the Let's Plays, so I might as well just, for the time being, let people soak in one world so they're not getting confused. Like, wait, which Let's Play am I watching? I can't tell. Even though I tried to separate them based on themes that I was building in, I don't know. That's just with me and recording other series on my channel. I feel like it's really rough because people don't like change, but there are people that are going to your channel expecting you to change and to grow, especially as a small YouTuber. They expect you to change and grow. And for myself, that's terrifying because I don't like change.
It's terrifying.
It's terrifying. Like I don't, bringing Get Creative back, that was something that I was really, really excited to do. And I knew that I wanted to do it, but I didn't know how I wanted to do it. And then whenever I did it and it was very well received, that scared me because then I had to try to match that level all the time. And that's scary.
Yeah, the first time is always the best. Like, like even Psy Gangnam Style.
Yeah.
The first one got like 2 billion views, and the second one was super. Like everyone super freaking hated it.
Yeah.
And it was pretty much the same with everything.
Yeah, and I mean, it. Like I said, with me and just recording new series on my channel, or a new series on my channel, it scares the crap out of me. It's not something that I'm comfortable doing at all. And honestly, if nobody was ever watching, or I guess it'd be different if I had like hundreds of thousands of subscribers. Like even if I was at like 30K subs and people like whatever I did, people were still going to watch somewhat. I don't think that I'd really mind. But the fact that like my creative videos, I'll average like probably 180 views per video, and then my LP videos, if I'm lucky, maybe 40 to 70. Like my subs have already shown that they want creative content all the time, which is why I've even cut back on survival content. So, yeah. But with that being said, I think that is a good place for us to wrap it up because we have already kind of fizzled out in terms of conversation, and we're more or less just kind of beating the dead horse now.
We're rambling.
Beating the dead horse.
Yeah, well, that's what we're doing. The horse is already dead. Might as well just.
No, we're riding it. We're still riding a dead horse.
Yeah, we're still riding the dead horse. But yeah, we can go ahead and end this here. So, any final thoughts from you guys?
Just
Butts.
If you decide to start up a YouTube channel, sort of like last time, just be comfortable with how you're talking, keep in contact with your subscribers, and don't be a jerk.
Butts.
Yes, butts. Okay, so bye.
See you later.